Weather forecast, mostly sunny today, high of 80. Clear tonight, low 60. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 85. Sunshine, 78 on Sunday. For Monday, clouds and 75. And for Tuesday, cloudy skies, high of 80. Overnight, low 62. Yesterday's high was 82. Currently, humidity at 90%. Winds are calm. Pressure at 29.91. Partly sunny right now. We have got 66 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield.
Morning there, Marky Mark.
Good morning.
That's your new moniker, dude.
Well, how's the rest of the Funky Bunch doing?
Yeah, we're doing pretty good here. Going to premiere something very interesting coming up, so stay right there. Kathy Book's right here with us.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for being nice and coming in and playing with us for an hour, okay?
Glad to.
Yeah, I went to the band concert last night. First of all, it was difficult because you and I were at the high school. We were trying to find out where the band concert was going to be yesterday afternoon. Mm-hmm. And for the life of me, why they didn't use the radio station to be able to promote that it was going to happen is beyond me, quite honestly, because we'd be more than happy to talk about it. We actually mentioned it yesterday morning, but we did. At 4 o'clock, I still couldn't find out that it was going to be at the courthouse. But we walked up to the courthouse. It's right across the street from you, and I didn't see you.
Well, I was
indisposed?
Watching and listening.
Oh, from across the street?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Well,
window.
good for you. Anyway, my wife said it reeked of Mayberry.
Yeah.
It really did. I mean, everybody in their lawn chairs, and the band was good.
Yeah, they're very good.
They were really good. I wonder how much they practice, because it sounded great. The John Williams montage was fantastic. And yesterday afternoon, I got a chance to listen to Sophia. Sophia is the German exchange student that's at FCHS. She's going to be gone in a day or two. And she's with Chris and Jessica Turner. That's where she's staying while she was here. Interesting, her insights into the town. She was absolutely captivated by the spirit. She says in Germany they have a soccer team, but nobody goes to the games. And then she experienced this football season, this basketball season, this baseball season. And she said, I've never seen a community come together like this before in my life. And she said, there's good and bad, but everybody seems to know everybody's business. I said, that's mostly good.
And you went, welcome to Fairfield.
Yeah, she said, I said, really? Now, seriously, what is the favorite thing here? And she said, Mexican food. And she likes the ice. She likes the ice at Taco Tierra.
Okay.
She's at Tierra Head.
Okay.
And she's not the only foreign exchange student that was in town this year. There were 3 or 4.
Well, this was the one that I heard her because she was at Rotary yesterday. That's the reason why I mentioned. Yeah, and it's a popular place for folks to come in. Also, very interested in the choice of Marilyn Holt as the new or interim CEO at the Illinois Eastern Community Colleges. I had to confirm that was Tyra Holt's mom. She was the superintendent at Olney, and she was the interim superintendent at Mount Vernon. She was on the Illinois State Board of Education. She has unbelievable chops. I mean, wonderful background. And wonderful for this interim opportunity to lead.
She met all the qualifications.
Absolutely, to lead.
And exceeded the qualifications.
Terry Bruce, who's retiring after years and years and years. But that means they would have had to live in Fairfield for a while, because I remember Tyra Holt.
Yeah.
Do you remember Tyra Holt?
Yes, I do. I remember her as a track star.
That's exactly what she was. She won state. Now, I'll get this independently. I'm not going to give up my source. But she won state, according to the source, in the 400, her sophomore and junior year. She anchored for the mules, the Lady Mules, state tournament, state track meet. Anchored the 800 medley team, which was also first in the state. She went to Stanford. Stanford! Yes. So that means she was a rock star academically as well, where she was a 3-time All-American. When women first started to be engaged in the pole vault, there was a point where Tyra Holt had the national record for the highest jump in the pole vault,
That's
the highest
impressive.
vault.
Yeah.
And here's the other little bit of information that I thought was fascinating. She was invited to be on the American bobsled team in the Winter Olympics and declined. Is that fascinating?
Too cold for her?
I don't know. Well, she lived in Fairfield. She knows about cold.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just thought that was all
That
fascinating
is
stuff.
very fascinating.
That is.
That's-
We're going to premiere something this morning before we get into what is the next feature here at the radio station at Morning Coffee every morning. So I have something from the WFIW quartet.
We want the bunk. Give us the bunk. We want the bunk. We want the bunk. We want the bunk. Give us the bunk.
So you're going to get the bunk, the bucket of bunk this morning. That was the WFIW singers.
Featuring
I
our
think
newsman, Jeff Vaughn.
Jeff Vaughn was the soloist
With the
at
solo
the end.
part. Yeah.
I've never seen him loosen up like that ever. That was great. All right, so the bucket of bunk is in front of me. Fred Allen. Remember who Fred Allen was?
He was a comedian. What
He was a radio show star, rock star. His real name was John Florence Sullivan. He died at the age of 61.
Ooh.
I hate that bothers me when I see all these radio guys dying at 61 and 62. It's too close to home, but he died in 1956. The Fred Allen Show was on the radio between 1932 and 1944, and most popular humorist of his time, he was an inspiration to people like Johnny Carson in particular. And he had this on-running feud with Jack Benny that went back and forth between the two shows. And they, made fun of each other.
Right.
It was really good stuff. He was frequently censored back in the day. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, Fred Allen. That was his birthday today. Norman Vincent Peale. Now, you're going to have to help me here, Kathy, because I can't confirm this with anybody else. I believe someone told me that Norman Vincent Peale came to Fairfield once. Do you remember
I
this?
have heard that. I don't have a firsthand memory of it, but I think I have heard that also.
If you do have a first-hand memory, give us a call, would you please? 842-31...
3715.
3715, excuse me. Those senior moments keep creeping in.
They do.
He died in 1993. He died at the age of...
Well, you're close to death,
Yeah.
according to you.
According to... in Fred Allen time.
Yeah.
Norman Vincent Peale died at the age of 95. That's more like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, he died in 1993. American minister, author, known for positive thinking. A personal friend of Richard Nixon. Donald Trump attended Norman Vincent Peale's church when he was growing up. And Norman Vincent Peale married Trump to his first wife, Ivana.
Really?
Yes. Heavily criticized by some in the religious world for his techniques and some of the things that he did in his books. Norman Vincent Peale, I believe, who came to Fairfield. I'm just saying that. I remember that when I came here in 82, someone talked about the fact that he had made an appearance in Fairfield. And if you confirm that, I'd love to hear from you here at the radio station.
My husband knows all kinds of Fairfield
Trivia?
He would know that.
Bill gonna-
maybe
okay.
he will send me a text
All right, well,
and I can
Bill,
confirm that with him.
there's your cue, buddy. Clint Eastwood is...
Wait a minute. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee. We might have an answer for you.
Good morning. Norman Vincent Peale did come to Fairfield. He was closely associated to a former Fairfield gentleman by the name of Rick Cox.
Oh.
Rick worked for him after leaving the Reader's Digest editor-in-chief position, and so he did come and he spoke at Fairfield High School, I believe.
Fairfield High School. All right. Well, I'm glad I had that memory. Thank you
All right.
for
Thanks
confirming
for the
it
call.
for us. There you go.
And I also
Yes.
want to tell you,
Yes.
the city band, when the city band performed,
Yes.
we have only had about an hour and a half rehearsal on Tuesday night.
Oh, they were out of the park good, if
Yes,
that's the
they
case.
were.
They really were.
All
Well,
right.
I think we're pretty good.
Yeah.
But hey,
Yeah,
I'm just
well-
very prejudiced. So.
Well, I recorded most of it. You're going to hear bits and pieces of it for the next sevevel months because we're going to use some of that music.
You
Thank
betcha.
you.
All right. Thanks for the
Okay.
call.
All right.
Thank you.
Not a
Uh-huh,
problem.
bye-bye.
Clint Eastwood is 89 today.
Is he?
89 years old.
Did you see that last movie, The Mule?
No. What did you
Where
think?
loved it.
I've not seen
Loved
that
it.
one. I'd
Yeah.
like to see it. I haven't had a
Yeah.
chance to yet, though.
I'm not a movie. I don't watch a whole lot of movies, but that was one.
I love
we
most
did
of his
see.
movies.
He was excellent.
I really do. Now, if you remember, he
my
started.
favorite,
yeah, go ahead.
Unforgiven.
Yes,
That's,
I had that written here.
Yeah.
You remember how he started? He was Rowdy
Gaines.
Rowdy Gaines.
Yeah, Rowdy Gaines on
in
Rawhide.
Yes. rolling.
Hit 'em up, move 'em out.
Keep them doggies moving. I feel like a song this morning, don't you?
I think they've had enough of us.
I think
today.
you had enough. Italian westerns, the spaghetti westerns, is where he went
Yeah,
from.
Good, Bad,
Rowdy
and the
Gaines.
Ugly, Fistful of Dollars.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he became Harry Callahan, Dirty Harry.
Yep.
He's the cultural icon of masculinity for that generation.
Wasn't he also mayor of Palm Springs at one time? Or did he
Carmel
run?
by the Sea.
Oh, Carmel. Okay.
Carmel by the Sea. Academy Awards for Unforgiven and $1 Million Baby.
The one with
Oh, the
one the
boxer.
boxing movie.
Yeah.
Yes. Now,
I
this
saw
is the
that.
interesting part. Listen to this for a moment. Now, listen carefully. 2 wives, but a number of close friends. Okay? He's very big into transcendental meditation and extramarital affairs. Anyway, he has an undetermined, quote unquote, number of children.
Undetermined.
An undetermined number of children.
Maybe he's just keeping that quiet.
At least 9 with 6 different women.
Clint, you
Oh,
dog.
Wow.
Clint is a dog. There is no doubt. He is a hound. Undetermined because they can't confirm all of them. 9 children they can confirm with 6 women they can confirm. Brrr.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he's political too.
Yes, he is. He's pretty right.
He's,
He
he's
is.
big in the
He is.
NRA.
Yes, he
Yep.
is.
Yes, he is.
Johnny Paycheck.
Oh, yeah.
He passed away at 64, but I think I know why.
Yeah.
His
Lots
real name.
of extracurricular activities.
That too.
Of another nature.
He played here too.
Did he really?
He played out, I believe, at Fry Farms when they were doing concerts out there on the western part of this county.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Donald Eugene Lytle was his real name. It wasn't Johnny Paycheck.
No. Probably best known for Take This Job and Shove It.
Absolutely. A member of the Grand Ole Opry. That was his big signature hit. He was a part of the outlaw movement.
Played you a little bit of one of my
Yes.
favorite Johnny Paycheck
And that's
song.
name?
A11.
A11 is the name of it. The outlaw movement included David Allen Coe. Maybe it was David Allen Coe that played at Fry Farms and not Johnny Paycheck. I get him mixed up. He had the perfect country song. Remember David Allen Coe?
Mm-hmm.
Waylon, Willie, Merle. Johnny had a real unfortunate problem where he fired a .22 pistol at a guy, grazed his head.
Oh.
He went to prison in the 1990s for 22 months because of that haircut that he gave the guy.
You know, they did not. Where was the prison term for Dick Cheney? He did the same thing.
He yelled "pull,"
Okay. No, okay, I got it.
but he was pardoned by Ohio's governor after 22 months,
Okay.
and he died with lots of problems. Johnny Paycheck, who would have been, I don't know what he would have been, but he died at 64.
All right.
Joe Namath turns 75 today. Broadway Joe.
Yeah.
Played in Alabama between 62 and 64. He chose the AFL over the St. Louis Football Cardinals back in the day. Hall of Fame in 1985. Super Bowl III from Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania.
There's a lot of quarterbacks come from that area.
Yes. Now, he's almost Tony Randall-like.
Really?
Yes. He said when he married his wife that she caught his last pass. He was
Rim shot.
He was 41. She was 22.
Yeah, that's not even close to
Yeah,
Tony.
but
That's
still-
not even
oh,
close
come
to
on.
Tony Randall territory.
He had kids older than that. And, anyway, 2 kids with this 22-year-old. They got a divorce. But do you remember the unbelievably embarrassing moment that he had on the sidelines? He was asked by Susie Colbert, who was a very attractive ESPN reporter, about what he thought about the New York Jets,
Yeah.
his former team. And he looked at her. He was absolutely, completely dead on his feet, drunk. Live TV.
Yeah.
National live TV. And he looked at her and he said, I want to kiss you. Oh, gosh. Wrote the book. You remember the name of his book? I Can't Wait Until Tomorrow Because I Get Better Looking Every Day. He never had any
That
problems.
sounds like a Mac Davis song.
Yeah. Well, he didn't have any problems with,
With the
self-image.
ladies, yeah.
Self-image either. Okay, on this date, May 31st, 1884, Dr. John Harvey Kellogg patented the Flake cereal.
The cornflake.
You got it.
The cornflake.
1907, the first taxis arrived in New York. That means the first foreigners came to drive them. 1913, the 17th Amendment went into effect. That provides for a popular vote of U.S. senators. 1927, the Model A started rolling out. In music history, 1956, Buddy Holly was inspired to write That'll Be the Day after he saw the John Wayne movie, The Searchers.
Okay.
Okay. 1961, Jimi Hendrix enlisted in the U.S. Army. 1964, the Dave Clark Five was on the Ed Sullivan Show. 1977, Emerson, Lake and Palmer began an American tour. 1997, Leanne Womack made her Grand Ole Opry debut. And 2000, you know this one, 2000, Janet Jackson announced that she was getting a divorce from dancer Renee Elizondo. The marriage had been kept secret for 9 years.
Wow.
I don't know.
Secret from whom?
The rest of
Everybody,
the Jackson
I
family.
guess. The other four.
From her family?
Yeah. Okay. So we will have the question of the day when we come back. The question of the day was this. It's been a kind of an issue in town. Do you expect... What are you doing with that? You giving me some bunk?
It's an out.
Okay, all right. Question of the day. Do you object to non-city employees riding in city vehicles? We'll be back with that on Morning Coffee after this.
The Home Depot is making finding your color and choosing the right paint easier than ever. With curated palettes of this year's most popular colors and new paint selection tools online and in-store, you can confidently select your color and the tools for your next paint project. Now get a colorful new experience with the Home Depot's paint expertise and selection of top quality brands, colors, and finishes. Get your paint project done right with gallons of Behr Premium Plus for $27.98 at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. U.S. only. See store for details.
I'm not going very far.
It's too uncomfortable.
I'm in a hurry. Sometimes I just forget.
There's no such thing as a good excuse for not buckling up. You're not only putting yourself at risk of injury or death, it could also cost you lots of money. Cops are writing tickets, so why take the risk? Do the smart thing and start buckling up every trip, day or night. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Carnaby girls have the bottom to fit your bottom. Slim Stations come in so many different fits and leg lengths, from Bermuda, skimmer, capri, crop to narrow full length. Basic shades or in trend colors available. They have sold hundreds of pairs. Jag is offering the girlfriend jean in denim or khaki. Roll them or wear them long. Slightly bigger leg than the Jaggins. Jag's white skinny jean, perfect for hot summer days. Make it a day of shopping. With Carnaby, they promote the personal service you deserve.
At FNB, we believe in us, not us the bank, us the farmers, us the families, us the community. That's why we continuously and proudly support, invest in, and volunteer throughout our region. So whether you're from Fairfield, Wayne City, Sisney, Grayville, or anywhere in between, you'll always find a friendly and helpful neighbor right here at home. FNB, Banking Business Life. Member FDIC.
It's here. The Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to our station's website, WFIWradio.com, and click on the Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens of gift certificates from places like Gotzi's Restaurant, Patty's Share Magic, Simply Enough Scrubs and Stuff, and Southern Illinois Tile and Carpet Supply. You can shop 24 hours a day and save a ton of money in the process. But you better hurry. You never know how long these deals will last.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another time capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when John Glenn returned from his mission on the Space Shuttle Discovery?
I just want to say what a great crew this has been. Kurt could not have run a better flight. I told him last night he was almost as good a commander as the one I had on my first flight.
Former pro wrestler Jesse Ventura was elected governor of Minnesota. The Republicans lost 5 seats in the House, and Speaker Newt Gingrich decided it was time to go.
For me to stay in the House would make it impossible for a new leader to learn and to do what they need to do.
Millions of 60 Minutes viewers saw a videotape of Dr. Jack Kevorkian euthanizing a patient.
Tom, do you want to go ahead with this?
Roger Clemens won the Cy Young Award for a record 5th time, and all these winners were new on the radio.
From this moment, my hands love the sweetest thing, rockabye. Thank you, how about you?
Got it yet? Well, the answer and a hunk of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Computer networking is essential in today's business world. Olney Central College's new Information Systems Technology program provides a solid foundation in both computer maintenance and networking. Our partnership with the Cisco Networking Academy ensures students are learning the latest industry standards while gaining hands-on experience in a state-of-the-art lab. Learn more at www.iecc.edu. Classes start August 15th.
November 1998. One more time.
Britney Spears and Baby One More Time, the top song of November 1998. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another Time Capsule.
Hi folks, this is Sandy at Gale Sales and Service. The days are getting longer and eventually the temps are going to get hotter. We have air conditioners from 5,000 to 25,000 BTU in stock. They will quickly cool the room on hot days and run quietly to avoid keeping you awake. Low power startup and operation conserves energy and saves you money. Effortless temperature sensing remote control allows you to see, set, and maintain room temperature from across the room. Don't wait until you're miserable in the heat. Come see us at Gale Sales and Service, 1605 West Main in Fairfield. Check us out on Facebook.
Ah, there you go. That's the Fairfield City Band playing the John Williams theme for NBC News.
Before we get to the question of the day, we have a correction.
All right, go ahead.
It's Rowdy Yates, not Rowdy Gaines.
Rowdy Gaines was an Olympic swimmer.
Yeah.
So we were Clint Eastwood, Olympic swimmer. They're all the same.
Okay, here's the deal. I consider it half right on my part because at least I pulled a real name out of the hat. I didn't say Rowdy Pickowitz or something like that.
Some lady called on the other line and said, "What's wrong with him guys?
Yeah,
How could they not know about Rawhide?"
Yeah, I know. She said, "I'm a Rawhide fan."
Yeah.
Well, thanks for the call. We appreciate it because
we got it right.
We need to be corrected when we
always
when we err.
We will accept criticism.
That's right.
We're prone to that. Our question of the day yesterday got a pretty good response. Do you object to non-city employees riding in city vehicles? Of course, this all came up because of the parade, the Veterans Day parade from last November. There was said to be a policy at that point. Actually, a policy never appeared. Then 3 city council members were put on a committee to be able to come up with a policy. Guess what? They didn't come up with a policy.
Well, I actually think there was a policy in place for the police department,
and there should be.
And it wasn't all encompassing for the city. I think the policy was in place for the police department only at the time, and now they're going to be.
Well, then what happened? We had the Lyman Rodeo, and non-city employees were put up in the bucket truck.
The BTI. The bucket truck incident.
So here it is. The question again, do you object to non-city employees riding in city vehicles? No's, 156. Yes, 52. So by a 3-to-1 margin, people aren't objecting to non-city employees riding in city vehicles. Marcia said just for special events. MJ said it's not like they're driving 100 miles an hour on the interstate. Good point.
That's a good point, yeah.
Avery says, I think it depends on the situation. Jeremy says it depends on how the insurance policy is written. If non-employees not covered, they shouldn't be in. Beverly says, would Santa get to be on the fire truck? There's a concern.
Ooh, that is a concern.
Yeah. Will we have to make Chris Kringle into a city employee before we allow him to be on the fire truck?
I don't know.
See, it gets complicated,
It
doesn't
does. It does.
Ray says the city hires Santa for the position. So they do hire Santa.
Okay,
I guess maybe Santa
was
gets paid.
hired to be
so
hanging
he's an
out, yeah.
employee.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
All right. Hey, we have a phone call. Let's go to the phones.
right.
Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Hello?
Hey there.
Yeah.
How are you?
Mark and Mike, didn't you say yesterday was Gil Sayers' birthday?
Yes, it was.
It was, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you guys, but didn't you ever wonder if Gil would have played about another 4 more years? Guess who he would have been a teammate back here in the backfield with?
Oh, Walter Payton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a combo that would have been, huh?
Well, Gil, he was kind of like Joe Namath. When both of them was healthy, they was good as it gets.
But they had problems, yeah. They were slight men. They were not big men.
An area friend asked me of all the quarterbacks, Gary, who I said, well, Unitas, Art Starr, John Elway, Joe Montana. Who would you? I said, well, Joe would be right there, Joe Namath, when he was healthy. But injuries they just ate him up.
Yes, they did.
And I'll let you go,
All right,
guys.
thank you very
Thanks
much.
a lot. Appreciate it.
I don't see how you can have a conversation anymore where you don't say Tom Brady's the best.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's really kind of by himself now these days, wouldn't you say?
He is.
So, anyway, I've got all kinds of other stuff, but I want to ask how you're doing.
Oh,
Kathy.
I'm good.
What latest? Anything going on? You lifted any cars lately or anything like that?
You always overestimate.
No,
my
I see pictures. I see
abilities.
video. I see you lifting huge amounts of. I just see you training all the time, and every time you go somewhere, you train too, don't you? Like on the beach and all that stuff.
A little bit. Did a little bit out on the beach. My daughter and I took a little vacation last week, and
where'd you go?
Anna Maria Island, Florida.
Wow,
it was beautiful.
Is that on the coast
Absolutely
or on the?
It's Gulf
Coast.
Sarasota area.
Okay. Got another call?
I do. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Good morning.
Hi.
I don't know if you two remember how this policy came that nobody other than city employees was allowed to ride in the city-owned vehicles.
No.
But
I do.
Years ago.
Oh yes, the accident. I understand. I remember that.
Girls
Yeah.
riding in the buckets. Remember?
Right. Yes. And that was horrific.
That's how
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how it all started.
Yeah, and so, I mean, you have some city council members who were actually on the city council at that time, and so they're highly reluctant to permit it because of that accident.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an accident.
Right.
But you never. I don't think they should be riding in there.
Okay.
I'm not a city employee.
All right.
All right.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
the
We
call.
appreciate
Appreciate
your
it.
comments. Yeah, that was terrible.
It was awful. Yeah.
And so, I mean,
Severely injured.
People have.
At least one of them.
You don't even have to have a long memory
Mhm.
to remember that. But that is why the policy came into place. I was looking.
I responded to that in the no category.
Did you?
But
And
I
tell me
was,
why.
I was along with somebody who said under certain circumstances. Sure,
Okay.
like a parade, fine. You know, are you going to use the police car to drop your kids off at school? You
Well,
know,
yeah,
or
that's
to,
that's
you know,
not correct.
No,
You shouldn't be
no,
able to do that. No.
I saw a couple things that came up that we had talked about recently, and you might have a different view on this as well, Kathy.
Okay.
I had a deal about 2 weeks ago where we had a family that was at Walmart asking for money, okay,
Mhm.
and I had a difficult time. I had a sort of a
I drove past them that time.
a struggle from
You
a
did.
Christian standpoint about it,
Mhm.
except for that I'd been told that, you know, there they are in front of the biggest store in town, and that they'd been there 3 or 4 times previously,
Mhm.
and it's sort of a circuit for them, you know.
Mhm.
I saw this story in Newark. You may want to think twice before giving money to panhandlers in Newark. That's New Jersey, right?
Yeah, that's in New Jersey.
Police there will now be ticketing drivers they say are posing safety risks and delaying traffic by stopping to give money.
Wow.
So they're going to ticket people. Police have issued 90 summons in just the last few weeks. That comes to a $50 fine plus court costs. The city says it's a part of a larger plan to help the homeless. When a driver stops and gives a panhandler money, they're basically helping them feed bad habits, according to the people in Newark.
Well, I mean, have you ever been to the city? You're driving around, you stop at a stoplight, and people come up and start washing your windows.
Yeah, I don't want that.
And then expect money.
Right.
For the
Don't touch
service.
touch my car, please.
I have a little different perspective on that from the times when I was with my daughter, who was a missionary in the Philippines
Yes.
for 4 years. And child beggars would come up to you if you're, on foot in Manila, walking down the street. And
especially if you're not
a white
from the Philippines.
person
Yeah.
with blue eyes and blonde hair, yeah,
You're a target.
You're a target, right? And it was, of course, I wanted to give him money or something,
Right.
know. And she said, absolutely not.
Really?
No, absolutely not. She said,
And what was her philosophy on that?
Well, it was what she had been trained with, the missionary company that she was with there, the group, was that child is probably being watched by, I hate to say a pimp, but was somebody has sent that child out, and that kid doesn't get to keep what they collect. And even if you give them food, then they don't get to keep that, and they're in. The chances of them ever getting out of that lifestyle, if they're successful at it, very low.
It just conditions them, is what
Right,
you're saying.
right.
That's
Yeah.
a problem for people that like to think of themselves as Christian, who want to give to people, who want
Right.
to give to the less fortunate. It was a problem for me, and I took some
That's a problem for me.
I took some serious hits over that commentary, saying that I was a hypocrite. But I stood by it. I didn't feel comfortable that day giving money to that group.
But I do give to other charities.
I do too.
You give to charities that are going to help
Absolutely.
those people
Yeah.
without a direct handout.
Absolutely. That brings me to this story from Albany, New York. Marijuana has gone mainstream, casino gambling is everywhere, and sports wagering is spreading. All these things are happening in our state.
That's Springfield, Illinois.
Could prostitution be next? Lawmakers across the country are beginning to reconsider how to handle prostitution as it calls for decriminalization. They're looking about taxing it. Is that horrible?
Oh, my goodness.
New York may be the next state, and we can't be far behind if New York is there.
Oh, yeah.
Some Democratic lawmakers are about to propose a comprehensive decriminalization bill that would eliminate penalties for both women and men engaged in prostitution, as well as the folks whom they service.
And I'm guessing a lot of that has to do with the number of people behind bars. in the
Sure.
States. I mean,
Yeah.
part of it, and other parts of it are for other political type
Can you
reasons.
believe
And one of their arguments has to be that it would be safer for the women.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because of you already said the P word, pimp. So
Yeah.
I'll say it too.
Okay.
Because those people, there's the criminalization.
Good thing this isn't the Fred Allen show, because we'd have been censored.
We have been censored a long time ago. Well, it's what, 2019?
Yeah.
Help me on that. Okay.
2019. You
All
can't
right.
remember the year?
I got a problem.
Okay.
Yeah. Meryl Streep has expressed her opposition to the term, and this is important for you and me, Turner, toxic masculinity. See, this is right. We have people like Kathy Book come in, because this studio is testosterone soaked. It used to be just 3 guys in here all the time, right?
Right.
And she's not happy about that term.
She didn't like that term?
She made her comments while taking part in a question and answer for the upcoming second season of the acclaimed television show Big Little Lies, in which Streep is a new cast member. During the talk, which was hosted by Vanity Fair, Streep addressed the topic of toxic masculinity while discussing
Can I
an
stop you
anecdote.
for, Can I stop you for a second?
Yeah.
The first question that comes to mind, why would that topic come up in an interview with Vanity Fair? I don't get that.
I don't
Okay,
either.
I'm sorry. I didn't.
Well, no, that's okay. I mean, it's not much more of the story.
But
she,
I just don't understand where that would have come from.
discussed that about a male fan who had told Nicole Kidman that he enjoyed the show, and for whatever reason that topic came up. I'm not quite sure I know what it means.
And what's the correlation between, hey, Nicole Kidman, I enjoy your show? What correlation does
What's
that have with
toxic
toxic
about that?
masculinity?
Yeah.
Let me take this a step further. So, Kathy, you were and are the mother of
Two
young
boys
men,
and two girls, yeah.
right? Your young men participated in savage sports like high school football.
Correct.
And nowadays, high school basketball.
No, that could be savage too.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, her younger son played basketball sometimes like it was football. People ended up in the stands when they tried to guard him. He was so strong. Oh my, was he? Still is very strong. But I don't think masculinity is something that is bad.
I don't either. I think masculinity needs to be brought back in a lot of cases.
We've demasculized.
Right. How
Is
many
that the right word?
many TV shows, sitcom type TV shows, is the man the stupid one? You know, the kids are making fun of him. The wife is making fun of him. That's not an accurate portrayal, or
Well, it's pretty close around my house. but-
I was going to say, that fits pretty well at my place, too.
Yeah.
well, I don't know. Masculinity.
It's
I
taking a
think-
hit.
Yeah.
It's
And I know what they're saying. They're saying you can't give people a pass. Say, oh, boys will be boys, and let them do whatever
No.
they want to do, whether it's mean or not.
There has to be some consequences to your actions.
It's the toxicity that's the
Yeah.
part. And that can be. You don't think women can be
Oh, yeah.
toxic?
Oh, that's
Girls
exactly
and
what
women?
Meryl
Yeah.
Streep said. Meryl Streep says some of the most vicious people I've ever been around are the women that she's interacted with. That was her point.
Yeah.
In saying that, I find it interesting that fell out of Meryl Streep's mouth.
But that came from a question.
Yeah,
Or
Vanity Fair.
a comment.
Yeah.
Of I like your show.
That's what it did.
You know.
Hey, by the way, did you see Leon Redbone had passed away?
I did not.
Yeah.
Sorry
Known
to
for
hear
his
that.
jazz, ragtime. He really.
Frosty the Snowman.
Yeah.
Leon Redbone.
Here's what was interesting. The family's statement said that he, quote, crossed the Delta for that beautiful shore at the age of 127. That's what the family's press release said.
Was that like dog years or something?
I have no idea. However,
Because he wasn't that. I'm not.
the Associated Press said he was 69. He was way too young. With the performer's publicist having said that he was born in Cyprus in 1949.
That still wouldn't
Why
make
would
him
you say that? Why would you
127?
say he died at the age of 127? It makes no sense to me whatsoever. Did you see about the foul ball hit by Albert Almora Jr. that struck the young
Cubs?
kid?
No, I did not see that.
Yeah, he was shaken. Chicago Cubs player Albert Almora Jr. And this goes a long way in people. I was at the ball game last Sunday night. We were in the upper deck right behind home plate, and there were at least 4 balls that came within, 15 feet of me.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you had to stay on your toes. Well, I mean, at least I had a bit of, when you're that far back, you got a little bit of, incoming.
Yeah.
You get something off the bat that is not in the area where the nets are, you could have a problem, and that's what happened here.
Well, I don't know how many times that I would have gotten hit by foul balls broadcasting the Mules game last week.
Oh.
Against Nashville. I mean, there were 3 or 4 times they fouled one off, came right behind me, hit the fence in front of me.
He was, this is a game between the Cubs and the Astros. He was visibly distraught after the 4th inning. He hit a line drive into the stands that hit a child.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as I hit it, he said, the first person I locked eyes on was her, he said after the game. I had to keep my composure during that at bat, but when the half inning was over, I just couldn't hold it anymore.
All right.
He immediately put his hands on his head and took a couple of steps towards the plate, and then he went to his knees and started sobbing.
All right. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
Yeah, you're the musician you were talking about that passed.
Yeah, Leon Redbone.
Yeah, I don't know. Was he maybe a leap year baby?
Oh.
He could have been.
That's not a bad idea.
That's not a
but
bad
it would have been
idea.
less, though, wouldn't he have, if he was a leap year baby?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't he have been 23 instead of 60, 69 or 100 and whatever it was?
Maybe he was 69 in leap years.
Oh.
I don't do math over the
Yeah, but I find
Hey,
that.
Kathy's a former teacher. Fill it.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, come
Do the-
on, help
do
us
the
out.
calculations, Kathy. Go ahead.
Did it give
I'm
it?
artsy creative.
It gave a year of birth, didn't it? Did you have a year of birth?
Actually, 1949.
49, yeah.
So, I mean,
all right.
I don't get it.
All right.
That wasn't it.
All right.
No,
Thanks for
don't
the
think so.
call.
Good idea, though.
I'm glad people are thinking with us. Let's see here. How much time we have before we have to get to? Well, we got a little bit of time, don't we?
We probably ought to be getting to those trivia questions here before long.
Okay, let me do one little
story.
thing. Jeopardy sensation James Holzhauer told a Las Vegas crowd Thursday that his gambling skills have helped him winning on the TV game show. Appearing on a panel, he said the subject of the book, Bringing Down the House, he said that my perception of a professional gambler has always been a positive one. And he says he uses those techniques to be able to win at Jeopardy. Let me see how much. $2.3 million he's won already. The question is, what? You always have to start with a question, right?
No, you have to answer with a question.
Oh, what is?
But always, you got to. Alec, I'll take go into commercial break for 1,500. Or Kathy, give us the trivia for 200.
How about that?
All
Go
right.
ahead, tell us the trivia, and this is going to be perfect for us.
That's right.
Because you and I are both tightly wound athletic gods, and so this will only help us become better fitter.
Okay.
Fitter.
Yes, because I did just focus on some health and
There you
fitness
go.
issues here.
Thank you.
Okay. One of the things that is most overlooked, I think, by athletes and just by the everyday person when they're thinking about their fitness or weight loss or whatever is sleep. And I heard you guys talk about that
Yes.
one day earlier this week. So you may know the answer to
Right.
this first question. What is the recommended amount of sleep for an adult?
I think I do know that.
All right, we'll try.
All right.
Go ahead. Just
Okay.
Just read it
Oh,
off.
you want all the questions?
Just give all the questions,
Oh,
and we'll take
my.
a break,
Okay.
and we'll come back.
And then what is the percentage of adults who get less than that amount?
Okay.
The minimum
They're all
amount.
broadcasters, by the way. Go ahead.
Minimum amount of moderate exercise per week that's recommended.
Okay, I can figure that out.
And what is moderate? What makes it moderate? What's the minimum amount of exercise if your exercise is considered vigorous?
Mm-hmm.
How do you determine your maximum heart rate?
That's good.
Because that's
Yeah. That
everybody
is-
who wears a
yeah.
Fitbit, you
Right there.
I see you've got
That's
yours.
That's
yeah.
how you determine your heart rate. You look at your Fitbit.
But where do you want it to be? That's
true.
the
That's
question.
true.
How many days a week is strength training recommended? Then I've got a vocabulary question for you about sarcopenia.
Oh my.
And then
That sounds
one
like
about
a-
resistance
You know what that is?
training.
Communicable disease.
Yes.
Okay.
Sounds like something on my skin. Go ahead.
Well, the last question is the percentage of the U.S. population that actually engages in resistance training, even though we know it's recommended for everybody.
Those are the trivia questions we'll come back and answer. But first, we'll take this break on Morning Coffee.
JP's Guns and Stuff in Grayville has just the gun you're looking for. They carry a wide selection of new and used rifles, shotguns, handguns, and accessories. Jerry is very knowledgeable about the guns he sells, offers competitive pricing, concealed carry classes, and trade-ins. You never know what you'll find at JP's Guns and Stuff, 110 East North Street in Grayville. So stop by Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Follow them on Facebook or call Jerry at 384-9245.
Most people understand the need for life insurance, but not many want to talk about why it's essential to your financial plan. It may seem intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. Don't get overwhelmed. Get started with me, Steve Thompson at Country Financial today, and I can work with you to find life insurance that gives you the protection you need at a price you can afford.
Life insurance policies issued by Country Life Insurance Company and Country Investors Life Assurance Company, Bloomington, Illinois. Grilling season is upon us, and you need a new grill. Time to visit the experts at Wainwright Propane and Sporting Goods. Phoenix, Broil Master, and Louisiana Pellet Grills are in the showroom. Let us help you make the right choice for your cooking needs. Get a great price on the Phoenix Grill right now, only $575. That's Wainwright Propane and Sporting Goods, 1423 West Main in Fairfield, 8 to 5 weekdays, Saturdays 8 to noon.
Isn't it nice to have a charming local place? A place that's quaint and friendly?
Hi guys, welcome back.
A place that has essentials you need and a special shopping selection that is sure to impress.
Oh, look at this.
Ooh, those are so nice.
Oh, look at this one.
The Fairfield Chamber of Commerce invites you to shop local. In Fairfield, you're sure to find what you need. A small town with a big selection of restaurants and shopping. Love all your local merchants.
Post frame buildings continue to pop up all over the area, and at Graver Post Buildings, they've been putting up buildings for over 40 years. Garages, pole barns, storage buildings, workshops, apartments, even indoor basketball courts, and some of the most attractive commercial buildings in the state. Every job is specific and unique to your wants and your needs. Graver Post also has packages for contractors and do-it-yourselfers. So for your next building or roofing project, call for a free quote at Graver Post, 800-264-5013.
A real estate auction will be held Saturday, June 1st at 9 a.m. at 304 West Washington Street in Wayne City. 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath on 4 city lots with over 2,500 square feet of living space, new roof, hot water, baseboard heat, central air, kitchen appliances, gazebo, chain link fence, plus an additional 815 square feet building, a second living quarters with new roof and storage. Endless possibilities. Please plan to attend the real estate auction Saturday, June 1st at 9 a.m. at 304 West Washington Street in Wayne City. Don't miss this. Move in ready. Barnard Auctions in charge.
The third annual Mudbug Festival is coming to the Pavilion in Grayville Saturday, June 1st. The festival kicks off at 5 with inflatables for the kids, live music by Scott Mason and Chivalry, and a beer truck to wash down fried fish and those delicious mud bugs. Cost for the all-you-can-eat fish and mud bugs is by donations, and all proceeds will go to Grayville Days. Satisfy your crawfish craving June 1st, 5 to 9 at the Mudbug Festival, downtown Grayville.
Time for that radar weather. It is brought to you this morning by the Conard Financial Group.
Before going on vacation, you need to know what to pack. Preparing for your financial future is similar. Without proper planning, you could very well be left out in the cold. I can offer you a variety of investment strategies designed for your specific needs. Call me, Chris Conard, at 842-7855, located at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield. Raymond James Financial Services, member FINRA, SIPC. Life well planned. Give us a like on Facebook.
Mostly sunny today with a high 80. Clear tonight, low 60. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 85. Sunshine 78 on Sunday. For Monday, cloudy skies, high 75. And for Tuesday, clouds and the high of 80. Overnight, low 62. Yesterday's high was 82. Currently, humidity at 75%. Winds are pressure at 29.92. Sunshine right now. We've got 70 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar looking very good as well. Nothing showing up anywhere in the state of Illinois, nor in any of the adjoining states at this time.
Radar Weather has been sponsored by Conard Financial Group at 510 West Delaware in Fairfield, with securities offered through Raymond James. Conard Financial Group, investing in the community since 2003.
All right, time for the trivia portion of the show.
I'm trying to make out a comment sent to me online, and since I can't make it out, it will come. I'll answer it another day. How's that sound?
It will come to you
eventually
after the show.
Yeah. After it doesn't really matter. Yeah. All right, so we have a full spate of questions, all of which, secondhand to you and me, when probably something that you and I would talk about after we do the half marathon this afternoon.
That's right.
So, Kathy, tell us.
That's what we did yesterday. We went and saw Bobby Wells over at FCHS yesterday. We just ran in there.
We ran over to the high school. Then we went up to Enterprise.
A few laps on the track while you were there.
No, we rode up. We ran up to Enterprise.
And on the way, we stopped at K&M for breakfast.
Yeah. A big omelet.
That's right. And some biscuits and gravy.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. All right.
All right. So how much sleep did you get last night?
I got, let's see, so it had been 6.5 hours.
Oh.
That's what I normally get.
I think I got about 7.
Okay. Well, and the recommended amount of sleep?
I'm saying 6 to 7.
I would have to believe
more.
7.
7 to 9.
7 to 9. So I'm on the
for an
short
adult.
end.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what percentage of adults do you think get less than the recommended amount?
I'm going to say the majority, wouldn't you say?
99.999%.
No, I'm going to say 75%.
I'll say about 57%.
Well, the figure I have is 40.
40.
The 40%
A lot of people get a lot more.
less than. But the average amount is 6.8. So you were pretty much right on average.
You know,
yeah.
Vaughn,
he goes on and on about how little sleep he gets.
Yeah,
And I call him at
sleep-
7 o'clock at
the
night, and
sleep
he's
that we
awake.
don't
He's
get-
sleeping.
I
the
think I
sleep
heard a
that we
comment
don't get,
this
he
morning
makes up for it.
from him that it was about the band concert. That
Yes!
was about
I didn't
time
make
for
it
him
because
to.
it was bedtime.
Yeah, it was late.
7
Yeah.
o'clock is when the band started, and he was sawing logs.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Good for him.
Well,
Good
he's
for him.
a young man. He's a young man.
All right. You know some of the main reasons though for getting that amount of sleep? One of the main, I mean, of course your body recovers, your
Right.
muscles, you know, everything that was broken down through the day. But the main thing is your brain. One of the biggest benefits you get is how the
you
brain
think?
just clears out all the
Dead
Sludge.
weight.
sludge.
The
Yeah,
dead
the
weight.
sludge. And it's a good way to prevent Alzheimer's, you know, because
7 to 9 hours
getting
of sleep
that 7
a
to
night.
9
Okay.
hours of sleep.
I might
right.
have to think about that.
Right. Yeah.
Now, 7 to 9 hours, is that at night or does that include like your afternoon nap?
I think that could include your afternoon nap.
So if he
you're a
sleeps for
napper.
6 hours,
I don't have
sleep
naps.
for 7 hours and I get an afternoon nap for 2 hours, then I'm in good
You're
shape,
good.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
So
All
Tina
right.
lets you sleep on the job?
Well, every once in a while.
But how do you feel after it? I mean, a nap needs to be long enough to.
Yeah.
No,
But
first you do the.
There's got to be a Goldilocks.
Yeah. Most
you know,
of the time I'm
amount
sitting
of
in a
time
chair
there.
doing the head bob.
Oh,
You know, it's
okay.
like-
Go
All
ahead.
right. Next question.
Yep.
What is the minimum amount of moderate exercise, and this is in minutes
Right.
per week, recommended by government health agencies?
Moderate exercise?
I'm going to
Yeah.
say
Amount of moderate exercise.
I'm going to
per
say
week.
60 minutes.
I'm going to go with 120 minutes.
You are closer. It's actually 150 to 300 minutes.
Really?
So break that down into,
so roughly
say,
2.5
5 days a week.
2.5 to 4 hours, basically.
Or break it down into 30 minutes a day
Yeah.
for
Okay.
5 days.
There you go.
You know,
Okay.
and you've
All
got
right.
your 150.
I can do the
to
30 minutes on the
300.
tread.
Now, and your benefits actually continue to increase up to about 700, but then it drops off. It's like
So if
doesn't
you
do any
overdo
good.
it, then it could be detrimental.
Okay.
And once you get past that 300 minutes, your return on investment goes.
And that's where I am. I don't want to overdo it. You know what I mean, Mark?
Yeah.
Because I don't want it to be detrimental to my health.
Okay. Now, how do you know if you're exercising moderately? What's moderate exercise?
I don't think that it means you're breaking a sweat.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's, I don't know. I have no idea.
Raise the heart rate to a certain level.
Okay.
Is that
Yeah,
it?
like 60 to 80% of
There
your
you go.
maximum heart rate would be. Also, here's a really good everyday guideline. You can still talk. You can have a conversation. You could recite the Pledge of Allegiance, but you probably couldn't sing. All right.
Well, we
if you're
couldn't
at a
sing
moderate.
anyway, could we?
Yeah, there's no
I mean,
way.
you wouldn't have the air to sing, not the talent
Okay.
to sing.
We got
Okay.
the bunk. We got the bunk.
All right, next question. What is the minimum amount of exercise recommended per week if your exercise is vigorous, not moderate, but
I'll go
vigorous?
back to my 60.
I'll go back. I'll go back to 100, 150.
75, so you were close on the
Yeah,
low end,
yeah.
and you were right at the high end. 75 to 100. So if it's vigorous exercise rather than moderate, you can cut it in half.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
This is all good, don't you think?
It's good info.
Write this down.
It's good info.
You and I need to talk about this later.
All right. Now, a lot of us wear a fitness tracker of
Right
some
here.
kind. Yeah, that's got it'll tell you what your heart rate is, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, how do you know what your target should be? So an easy way to determine your maximum heart rate is to take 220 minus what number?
220.
220 minus
your
what number?
I know.
220 minus.
Your resting heart rate?
No?
No?
No, I would say 220 minus 120.
220 minus, if you're 120 years old, that would be correct.
Minus
your age.
Leon Redbone would be
minus your
doing
age.
that right
Well,
now.
no, he was 129.
All right, sorry.
All right. Now, how many days a week is strength training recommended?
I don't think you should do more than 3.
2.
2 is right. Yeah. A minimum of 2. Yeah.
Well, I try to
So
keep
2 to 3.
I'm at 5 now. I'm going to have to come
Yeah,
down.
cut
That's
it
all there
back,
is to
cut
it.
it
All right. Got to cut it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's good to moderate, and have variety in your exercise. All right, here's the next question. Sarcopenia.
I have no idea what that
It's
is.
a natural part of aging, and it means the loss of what?
Sarcopenia.
Toxic masculinity.
You've lost that. Huh?
No, I've
No.
lost that, yeah. You have any idea? As I don't.
Some type of hormone deficiency?
Oh, well, that's a good guess. It's your skeletal muscle mass.
Oh, that's probably
So,
why I'm limping.
You lose muscle mass just as a part of aging. Now you can prevent it. You can fight it, through exercise. Here's the next question. Sarcopenia can begin at what age?
I would say 40s.
30.
30. Yeah, it can begin at 30. So if you're a woman, you're not doing, strength training or resistance training, you're going to lose about a half a pound of your muscle mass every year, starting at about 30. So I don't know how that varies for men. I didn't look that up. All right, last question.
All right.
Resistance training has been shown to slow the loss of muscle mass and bone mass. So you can, fight your sarcopenia and your osteoporosis at the same time. But only what percent of the U.S. population actually engages in resistance
I'm going to say
exercise?
25%.
I'm gonna go with under 20%, about 17 or 18%.
Well, you were really close there, Mike. 27%.
Okay.
Good for them.
27%.
And good for you, Kathy, because I know you're doing all those things. And we really appreciate you being here. It always is a nice way to end up a week when Kathy comes on a Friday.
Yes, it is.
So thank you
Well,
very
thank
much.
you.
And you have a nice weekend. And you have a nice weekend.
Thanks.
And we'll get together and sing again on Monday, okay?
Well, we'll give the old
give the
college
bum.
try. By the
Yes.
way,
Yeah.
are we going to enter the National Radio Association a cappella group contest?
It depends on how much it costs.
That's true. We'll see
Take
you
care.
Monday.
Bye.
All the important news here first. This is WFIW FM Fairfield, the station listened to, not just heard, 104.9 FM.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center in downtown Wayne City. Stop by for a rest test. 20 mattresses on display. Try their adjustable beds for maximum comfort.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Mexico's president is asking President Trump to reconsider his plan to use tariffs to pressure the Mexican government to do more to stop illegal immigration into the U.S. White House Budget Director and Acting Chief of Staff Mick Mulvaney says
June 10th will impose a 5% tariff on every single good coming into the United States from Mexico.
with the percentage going up every month until the president's convinced Mexico is taking meaningful action. There's a report of a purge in North Korea.